Conquest is a really valuable mode if you play Diamond Dynasty. From all the packs and subs that you can get from completing them, just without even loading into games. Being able to understand how to take over every map is very important if you want to do well in Diamond Dynasty. So I'm going to show you the strategy that I use to conquer every map. Yes, this applies to every single map you play, whether it is the big USA conquest or the smaller maps that we get throughout the year. Being able to understand how to take over territories and take over more spaces on the map is going to really carry you through conquest, and you'll be able to complete every map now that you know this stuff. So let's go through the strategy and the basics of conquest and show you how you can become a master at it. First, I think we need to explain how the mode works. I know the game is a lot like Risk. I've never played Risk, at least I'm 99% sure that's a game people compare it to, but at the end of the day, it has a bunch of different things like turns and different phases, and it's a lot to look at sometimes. So I want to explain to you in as easy way as possible so you can understand it and know how each turn works and the general strategy behind each turn. First, you have your attack phase. It is basically where you move your territories from one spot to another and start to take over spaces on the map. So you see when I click and then move to another spot, I could just take over space after space after space, which is a big part of this game because when you take over these territories, you get more fans that you can add back with more spaces that you take over. So this is a big thing to understand, and using these rounds the right way really can help you get these conquest maps done quickly. Then you have your Steal Fans round. This is where you can play a 3-inning game versus any of the teams with a stronghold left, and you can take their fans and bring back to your team. Thing is, I would not play these rounds unless you literally have to. You'll notice that some of the conquest maps will have a goal that say to steal X amount of fans from this team or whatever. Make sure that you are keeping track of those goals, getting them done in that first turn. But you'll see, Steal Fans just adds more time. The benefit of really playing it isn't there in my opinion. Only play this unless you literally have to for those goals. Then you have your reinforced phase. This is where you're given fans based on the amount of territories you have. You get 1 fan for every 3 spaces you have conquered. So I got 3 fans from this bunch. I could throw them on here at the very end, and now I have 4 here. And if I want to move and again make a big pile with them, I can move these from one place to another during the move phase. And then this cycle just rinses and repeat, and you could skip each round whenever you're ready, hop into the different phase and just move on whenever you want to. Whenever you go through each 4 phases, that'll be 1 turn. Now that we have the basics of the mode and how it works, I'm going to show you my strategy and how I like to take over each map. It's very simple once you get a grip of it. The core of it is basically putting all of your fans on one pile and just move bit by bit around the map, and this will follow for basically every map that you play. So to start this map, for an example, you see I have 10 fans to start. Sometimes you'll have just your 1 stronghold. Sometimes you'll have some territories just around you or whatever. The goal is to start off taking over as many blank territories as possible. Getting this blank space to start is going to really be valuable because then you get more fans to reinforce and taking over the map becomes quicker. And we're going to choose a general direction to head towards. We're going to head towards the Angels and start taking over their side of this because the Angels are a close team and it is going to be valuable to just start taking over this part. We're not going to work on stealing fans. Again, playing a 3-inning game just adds more time. We're going to skip that. We're going to reinforce, again, add to 1 pile, go back to our attack round, start taking over more spaces. And we're going to keep on doing this for a while. We're going to keep on going, reinforce and adding the fans to 1 or 2 piles so we can take over. Eventually, I'll put 2 more on here, take over these 2 down here. And we're just going to keep on reinforcing this 1 spot and taking over the map gradually. The Angels are actually heading upward. So I actually want to block them, keep them where they're at. So we're actually going to do this. We're going to basically block in the Angels right there so they don't really move much. And we're going to again go back to taking over our spaces. And now you see what I'm doing, right? We're starting off by just taking over the spaces that are around the map, getting more territories to reinforce, and we're basically conquering as much as we can right off the rip. And you see, I'm just getting free packs by just taking over these individual territories. And again, when there is a point when you are playing a team and you're taking over their territories, simulate the game whenever you can. This is why it's a big deal to have this big pile, because when there is a scenario where you run into the Angels like this, simulate simulate this game. It's going to save you a metric amount of time. Make sure you have a lot of fans on your end to play it safe so it's not even close for you to lose, and just start taking over like this. And there'll be points where you have to consistently take over other teams' strongholds, so make sure you do that at an early enough point before they build up too much. But if it is later and they have a lot of fans, just make sure you are being patient, putting on as many fans on your one spot as possible. It makes your life a lot easier. And basically what I would do is just follow this process. Take over all of the individual territories and take over the entire map. I would do that before you play any games. I think it's a smart way to go about these maps because you just got to take over the entire map. Then you just have your stronghold games. You can just bang out the 3-inning games really easily. And with every single map, this strategy can follow. It can kind of change when you play extreme, because if there is an extreme program this year and they add an extreme conquest, it's meant to be difficult, and that may be something that you see. But at least for now, in basically every conquest map in the game, this is the process. It's very straightforward. You just use this one pile, gradually take over the map, and start just taking over. It's very easy, very straightforward, and I really recommend giving Conquest a go if you haven't. All the rewards within the mode are really valuable to you. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you let me know in the comments. A lot of people found these exact tips really helpful last year. My Conquest video is actually one of my biggest videos, funny enough. Even though I covered a lot of tips in Diamond Dynasty, this is actually one of the most valuable videos to people. So if you enjoyed, make sure you hit that thumbs up. I am going to be covering more tips on the channel here as the year goes on, whether it's generic DD tips like this, gameplay tips to help you get better at the game, or just some tier lists to help you choose the right cards in your team. Make sure you subscribe down below to keep up with all my content. But that'll be it for me today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like if you did, and I'll see you all again on the next one. Deuces.